Hey everybody, it's Tamara Bennett again with Southern Adornments Decor. I'm live with one of our Painters Clubhouse sisters, Kelli Armstrong. Kelli, say hi.
Hi everybody.
Kelli is a stage 3 member of our Painters Clubhouse. If you haven't heard, there are 4 stages in the clubhouse. There's like stage 1, which is pretty beginner. Stage 2 is, you're a little bit past beginner. You kind of got your footing. And then Kelli is in stage 3. So, Kelli, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, like where you're from, maybe how you got started painting, what your background is?
I am from Prince George, Virginia. I started painting because of you.
Aww.
Before that, I did the deco mesh wreaths and did little crafts, but I was on Facebook and you had the fall challenge going on. And I was like, that is so cool. I mean, I've gone to craft shows, saw the door hangers and thought, wow, I could never do that. And then I saw you signed up for the fall challenge. Did the fall challenge, and then I said, I gotta get into this Painters Clubhouse. And I mean, it's just the best thing I've done.
Awesome. So what kind of led you to join? Was there were you just feeling like you needed a little bit of extra help, or did you join to kind of be a part of a community? Or
I did. I definitely needed the help. Like I said, I have a picture in my bedroom that I had done a paint night on canvas, and I look at that and thought, oh, that is, I need to redo that now. And but all my painting before had been by a stencil, so it wasn't, anything like on my own. And I thought the fall challenge turned out decent, and I said, this is something I can do. And the support of the Painters Clubhouse members, the PC sisters and brothers, it's just, if you have a question, you just put it out there, and they, multiple answers, multiple suggestions, just the support of that. And of course, I watch you. Okay, I should not get so excited on Fridays. But I'm like,
Fridays are my favorite day too. Don't feel bad.
I'm like, gotta go. Friday Fat Five's on. And I love it. So it just has so many things that I love.
You were saying before, you said you'd been in other groups, and sometimes, you post something and you don't get like very much feedback or whatever. I just love that everybody is so willing to help each other, there, and I don't know all the answers. Sometimes something that works for me might not work for you. And so it's so helpful when people pop on and share ideas that have worked for different people. So,
well, I on the because I belong to the template club too. Love that. Paint to Profit is in my realm of things, but it was the hydrangea porch sitter, okay. And the colored photo on the template page doesn't show that bottom part, and I was like, well, what do I paint that like? Well, what's that supposed to look like? So I put it out there, and everybody said, just, suggest paint it like the bottom of the thing. So I finished it, and I loved how it turned out. So I posted it this morning. I was like, okay, I asked for y'all's suggestions, and this is what it turned out. And, just like, great job, suggestions about outline. I just love it. I love it.
There's something that's really good. It like bolsters your confidence in yourself when other people comment on something you've made. I was talking about this the other night on Facebook Live. I can go show my husband a door hanger, and he's like, "Oh, that's nice, babe," but that doesn't like give me like what I need. But I can go show it to 5 of my girlfriends, and they're like, "Oh my goodness, girl, that's the cutest thing I've ever seen." And like, they're like, women just give better compliments than men do.
They do. I work full time. We've got reduced hours now, but I work full time. So usually when I make something, I always take it into work with me, and I hang it up on a file cabinet, and I make sure everybody sees the latest stuff. And I think everybody I've worked with has placed an order with me for something. And I also, what happens with them after that is, of course, I put them on my Facebook page. I put them on my personal page. And then we have a small business, Rain's Garden Center, and that's where all my stuff goes. and then people come in, and I've had people buy it from there, and so.
Well, you can find Kelli at Crafty Kelly's. I put it up on the screen a second ago. People were asking where they could find your Facebook page. So, and then Kara Alvis says, "Hello, neighbor." She lives in Smithfield, Virginia. It's
Cool.
fun when we can find other Painters Clubhouse sisters who don't live very far from us. Let's see. And then Alyssa says, how do we join Painters Clubhouse? There is a link, Alyssa, up in the video description up above. So if you want to click on that, you have until Saturday to join. That's the last day to sign up. And we have different bonuses available. There's 2 bonuses that are still up for grabs if you sign up by tonight. One of them, here I can put it up on the screen real quick, is tips from top creatives for how to paint faster. And then the second one is how to sell your door hanger even if you don't have a business yet. So painting faster is one of those things that like you don't think's gonna like a lot of people say, how do I paint as fast as you do, Tamara? And there's like little tricks that you kind of learn the longer you've been doing it. And so I interviewed 4 or 5 of my painting friends. I was like, what kind of tips could you give? And they gave some awesome tips. So do you have any advice around that area, Kelli? Have you gotten faster the longer you've been doing it?
Maybe a little bit, but when I saw that bonus for them, I said, I need to look at that, because I mean, you can sit here and paint one in a night. It's going to take me, multiple hours to do it. So I was watching you actually last night, and just the way you were going around the flowers, I was like, because in my mind, I'm like, so I was like, okay, I'm going to watch that tips of how to paint faster, because I need to know that.
Some of that stuff, I believe, is just like muscle memory. Like the more, like I've been doing this for 6 years now, the more you do it, the more your hand learns the strokes and gets comfortable with, going in a quick motion around something. So it will come. Some of that just, it's lots of practice.
Well, and I've only been doing it since the fall challenge. So, I have, I've learned so much. I see it increasing, I'm comfortable with it. Shading. Who was it that you had on shading? Was it
recently? Erica Wallace came on and taught us some tips. She is an excellent teacher, isn't she?
I put that comment in there. Yes, she is, because she put it differently than you did. And I guess, had people's minds take, and I was like, I never thought of it that way. So, even a level 3, I feel like I need to hone in on my shading, pick up on my speed. But I just, I can't say enough about Painters Clubhouse. I mean, the main thing I would say is support. I mean, the members, you like I said, you can put a question out there, and you can bet within 5 minutes somebody's going to say something.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something good to help you, and I love it. I love it.
It's like a lifeline, a crafter's lifeline.
I just and in my goal, everybody asks, my daughter will say, Mom, what do you want for your birthday? Or what do you want? Glowforge Pro. That's not too much to ask, is it?
Oh.
That's in my goal. That's in my goal.
Oh, well, the Glowforge will really make it to where you're able to, branch out and do so many more like intricate designs. It's going to be so fun. When you do get one, you're going to love it. And they do have a payment plan. So, you could always ask your family to be like, well, pay the first payment. And I got it from there. I'll just start selling what I make, and we'll just keep up with it from there. So what, besides the fall challenge, what would you say has been your favorite project that you've painted in the Painters Clubhouse?
I think it's the one you mentioned it on a Friday powwow, where I took the 2 designs and I did the cross with the flowers on it and the other one. It was just because I had to think and I had to design it differently. I didn't just look at something and do it. So I think it made me pull me out a little bit.
That's part of being in stage 3, though. You know, we're talking about the different stages. Once you start getting to stage 3, you feel like you're able to start tweaking things to make them a little bit more unique at that point. And I'm going to mute your mic for just a second because I think it's feeding back on mine. But you feel like you can start tweaking things a little bit and you can start making them their own. So what she did was she took one design that we taught, and then she took another design and both of them had a cross on them. And so she kind of like merged them together and made like a combination out of the two designs. And so that's part of getting to stage 3 and kind of starting to make things that are unique to you that nobody else has really done before, even if it's taking two things that have already been created and kind of, we call that Frankensteining, when you Frankenstein them together and create something new. Let's see. Alicia says, I love my Glowforge Pro. I just have to learn to paint.
Oh, wow.
Well, getting the Glowforge is the hard part. Learning to paint's the easy part.
It's a lot less expensive. The Painters Clubhouse is in the Glowforge.
It is. I mean,
it's worth every penny and more. It's just satisfaction, the help, the camaraderie. I don't see me going anywhere for a long, long time.
Have you been able to sell very many of your door hangers? How do you afford Painters Clubhouse? Because a lot of people are worried about being able to afford it.
Well, like I said, I work full time. My husband works. But yes, I mean, if you think about it, if you sell one door hanger a month, one or two, you paid for Painters Clubhouse. And there might be a month you don't sell anything, but then there might be a month you sell 3 or 4, and and I've consistently sold something to pay for it every month.
Have you had any paint parties yet?
I haven't because of, well, I take that back. I did one, the first thing y'all say is to get your friends. So we had a girls' weekend in OBX, and me and 3 of my girlfriends. And so I said, this will be my little paint party. So I cut, and they all had different designs. So I took everything, packed everything up, took it to OBX, and we had a paint party, and it was fun. And it was, that is something. Once COVID dies down, I want to do paint parties.
A lot of people are under the conception that you have to really be able to teach painting in order to do a paint party. But you sat down, just with some girlfriends and like brought all the pieces, and you guys just sat down and had a good time together. So I wouldn't even say you have to, like, especially in the beginning, you wouldn't even really have to be like a teacher so much as you just have to be there to kind of like help them pick a brush and help them pick their colors and let them kind of like figure it out as they go, just like you did when you were learning.
That's what I didn't actually, I started painting with them, but then I was, showing them what to do. And, it turned out really well. One of my friends gave it to her granddaughter, and one of them hung hers on the door. And so we had a really good time, and it gave me, a baby step into a paint party. So I had seen a post today, and somebody said they were going to do a paint party, and she was going over a list of what she had and said, am I, anything else? And somebody said, well, I can think of this, 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 and this. So, that's the help that you get. And so it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
And then of course, when you hit stage 4, you'll be about ready to, grow your business, and you'll be able to get the help in Paint to Profit there as well. Paint to Profit is something that's kind of like, it's a separate membership from Painters Clubhouse, but once you join it, like you stay in Painters Clubhouse and you just elevate to Paint to Profit so that you get that business help as well. Sharon,
looking forward to that. This is also kind of in my retirement forecast.
I meant to ask, are you working? Are you like headed toward retirement? What's your goals over the next year or 2?
Well, I don't think I'm not old enough to retire, but
you can retire young and just do paint parties. That sounds like the life to me.
I guess I could. um, but yes, I would like to grow the business enough that, not that it stresses me out, because painting is what de-stresses me, but to have a steady that sometimes I get overwhelmed when I have too many things to get done. But that would be a good thing, to have enough business for that and enough paint parties, and you just never know. I mean, this is my heart. I've been at my job for 14 years at this particular job, but this is my heart.
So did you say the fall door hanger that with the pumpkins was the first one you did? How did you feel after you painted that first one?
I mean, you take that white and you paint and you wipe and you baby wipe. Oh, I love it. And then I made the truck with the attachments. Okay. Sold 4 of those. And one of my customers asked me, a friend, she said, "Do you have Easter spring attachments?" And I said, "Yes." And so, I've got to make those, and I just grow every time. I mean, a lot of it is watching you, and a lot of it is asking questions in the Painters Clubhouse and getting answers.
Sorry, Charlie came in and started distracting me, asking me to make her a ponytail and put her hat on so she can go out and play in the snow. And now she's asking me questions. Go on, go play. Thank you. She's supposed to be at kindergarten, but with all the snow, they haven't been able to go to school. It is what it is. So let's see. Last thing I wanted to ask you is, if somebody's sitting on the fence and trying to decide if this is right for them, what would you say?
Yes, go for it. Signed it up yesterday. Yeah, and it's not, like I said, you have to get a little bit of time. But it's not like it's something that if you sign up for it and maybe it's not for you, you've done it for 3 months and it's not for you, you just don't do it anymore. But I really don't see that happening. I mean, it's so many, because there's so many different door hangers, and you don't get bored with it. It's not like when I did wreaths, basically it's the wreath. And your different shapes, and you learn, to cut them out if you want to, or you can grow and get a Glowforge Pro. And you can take a door hanger, the same door hanger, and change it up 50 million ways, different colors, different shading, different outlines, personalize it. So I think that's why it doesn't get boring. Maybe.
I feel the same way. And so if you guys don't know and you're watching right now, every night this week on Facebook, I've been painting one of these flower pot designs. So again, at 8:30 tonight, just like she was saying, you can paint the same design 100 different ways. So the first night we painted it as if we were a stage 1 in the Painters Clubhouse, very little experience. And then last night we added a little bit of detail to it as if we were in stage 2. And then tonight we're going to take it up another notch. We're going to paint it as if we were in stage 3, like Kelli. And then tomorrow night is the night 4, where we're going to paint it as if we were like stage 4, expert level. And so it's going to be really cool. But yeah, I love how we can take these shapes, we can tweak them, we can change the colors, we can add different patterns, and it can look completely different than the person sitting right next to us.
I agree. I had not seen the one from last night.
Oh, you didn't see that one yet?
I didn't see that all the way finished. You had just started, and you were an hour behind me. So I was like, so that turned out good too. So that's exactly.
We're going to take it up a notch tonight.
Totally different than the one the night before.
And I love that you can take little things and apply them to your door hangers and make your door hangers look unique compared to the person, to somebody else. And there's just never ending inspiration.
I agree 100%. And you are the best role model there is.
Oh, thank you so much for saying that.
And I love your okay, here's a reason, y'all. Friday Fab 5. That's your reason to join Painters Clubhouse. Okay, so here I am just gonna, not only is it about painting, but Tamara will give you 5 things. And it might be a recipe, and it might be, a pair of earrings or a shirt or something she learned how to do to save time. And then I get so excited on Fridays. It's like, what's she going to show us today?
It's like a Friday morning talk show.
It just is. It's wonderful. See, there's one little more thing about Painters Clubhouse.
Have you participated in any of the Zoom paint parties yet?
No, not yet. Not
well,
yet.
You would love that. If you love like the community and the support aspect, you would be perfect for it. You light up when you're on the camera, and I think you would do really good, and you would encourage a lot of the other ladies in there.
I'm going to have to do that when I get my real internet. So it doesn't. But yeah, I would love that. I would love that.
Well, we do at least one of those every single month in the Painters Clubhouse, and we teach 2 door hanger designs every single month, and we give you the template to go along with it. And so you can cut your own blank, or if you don't want to cut your blanks, you can buy the wood blanks from us and get 20% off using your Painters Clubhouse discount code. But really, it's all about the support, the community, having somebody to hold your hand as you're learning this new skill. Because it can be very intimidating whenever you're trying to learn something new. I know I was completely self-taught, but I struggled for years to learn some of the skills that we are teaching every single month here in the clubhouse. And I wished I'd had a mentor that could have taught me the things I'm teaching you guys. So if you are interested in joining, click the link up in the video description up above, or go to paintersclubhouse.com. And you can join there. Those 2 bonuses that we mentioned earlier in the video, you can still get those. One of them does go away tonight, and then there'll only be 1 left. So, Kelli, thank you so much for joining us and for this interview. I've enjoyed so much getting to know you and talking to you.
You too. You too. And y'all join. I'm telling you, that Friday Fab 5.
And you guys can find Kelli at Crafty Kelly's on Facebook with a K. All right. Thanks, Kelli. Bye, y'all.
Bye.